Today, we're looking for a house in the Midlands, anywhere between Wolverhampton and Birmingham, where average house prices are a whopping £216,000. It's officially one of the UK's property hotspots. And I'm about to meet a young lady who would dearly love the chance to get on that ladder. Hello, hello. Zoe?
Hi.
Hi, I'm Simon. How are you? Right, here we go. Excited?
Comfortable, very.
I'm Zoe, I'm 31 years old. I'm currently working as a financial investigator and I've been living in this house in Lichfield for nearly 2 years. I've spent an obscene amount of money on renting in the past 10 years. So whilst I don't have savings at the moment, and I'm probably not perhaps always as tight as I could be with my finances, it sometimes feels really frustrating that I'm in the position that I'm in, because once you're into a good hefty overdraft, it's very hard to get back above zero. And it's the same with renting costs. It starts exactly the same way and it just spirals.
There we go.
I've worked out I've probably spent around between £50,000 and £60,000 on rental costs, which obviously is comparable to a mortgage in that time, but there's no way that I would have ever been able to save up for a deposit for a property, ever.
It's like a catch-22, isn't it?
Exactly.
And of course, when you're renting, even though, you get comfy in a place, does it ever really feel like home?
No, never.
So, have you gained any kind of practical DIY experience in other areas at all? How hands-on are you?
I'm just kind of a do-it-myself kind of person because it's just easier that way.
OK, brilliant. Listen, so I now know what you're going to bring to the party. Shall we meet your partner and see what they've got on board?
Yes, please.
My name is Raja Khavar Rajput. I'm nearly 46 years old now. I have 3 wonderful kids and a wife. And we're living in a council flat in Sheldon area, Birmingham. For my earnings, I'm doing a taxi driver job. I describe myself as very easygoing and easily adjustable. My friends like my company. They don't hate me. On my face, I don't know on my back what they're saying. My current accommodation is a flat from the Birmingham City Council. It's a 3-bedroom flat for a family of 5. To gain something of our own, that's why we want a house for ourselves, for my family especially. Yeah, it's a bit emotional for me because when my kids go to their friends' home, they see their houses, and my daughter, she demands to me, Dad, can we have our own house? So I'm a dad like that. I always give them what they demand. Allah is very kind to me that I always able to fulfill my kids' demand. But that's the only demand I'm failed to complete it in. So it's like a burden on me that my kid want their own house and I'm not able to do that.
Hello. Hello. Raja, Simon, how are you?
Hi, I'm Zoe.
This is Zoe.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Take a seat, take a seat. Right, we've just been sitting here chatting. I found out all about Zoe and why she wants to be involved in this process. Tell us about yourself, mate. Why have you decided now is the time?
I'm going to be trying to be on the property ladder for the last 3 years, but I never have enough fund to go for the deposit and other stuff.
Sounds familiar.
So I'm, just struggling from last 3 years, carry on.
Hard, isn't it?
Very hard.
Yeah.
I used to run my own shop, and I live upstairs of the shop.
What was the shop?
I used to run a shop like a DIY store, pawn shop thing. I sell
DIY store.
DIY stock.
Oh, amazing.
We like that news, don't we? So in other words, when you're looking around the DIY store, you know the name of everything.
Oh yeah, from hammer to nails, from chainsaw to just a saw.
As well as that, can I ask? I mean, OK, you don't have to shop now, but you must have some fairly handy contacts within kind of trade.
Of course, I link with the trade. Everybody come to buy, purchase from me for 8 continuous years. So I know the people around me who can be helpful in DIY, painting, kitchen installation, like that, all stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We're liking this, aren't we, Zoe? This is good news.
So it's the time to use these contacts who always come to me for their things.
Yeah.
Now it's for time for me to go to them and ask for them something for me.
For a favour.
The more favours you can pull in, and the more money you can save, means you guys will make the most money at the end of this process.
Of course, that's the main thing.
Exactly, that's the aim of the game,
That
isn't
is
it?
the aim of the game. That is entirely the aim of the game. So, we're off to auction. Shall we see what we're bidding on?
Yes, please.
Here we go.
House number 1 is situated in Great Bar, just outside Birmingham. A 3-bedroom, semi-detached property in need of complete modernisation. It also needs a kitchen, offers over £79,000. For number 2, we're off to Wolverhampton. It's another 3-bedroom semi, again in desperate need of care and attention. Offers over £77,500. For our last property, we're off to the popular Butts area of Walsall, a 3-bedroom Victorian terrace in need of complete modernisation, but nothing a lot of hard work can't fix.
Shall we go to auction?
Yeah.
Of course,
Come on.
yes.
Let's,
Of course.
let's go and get bidding. Come on.
Let's go the ball rolling.
I brought Zoe and Roger down to Walsall's football stadium. It's an evening kick-off. The opponents, private landlords, property developers and individual buyers. Everyone's goal, to get themselves a property.
120?
But there's some very bad news. We're prevented from bidding on the first 2 properties because of legal reasons. But there's still one to go for, and at the end of the day, we only want one house.
Come on, I'm ready for this.
120, 115 right at the back.
We've done the sums and decided we can go up to £70,000 on this one. I think we're in with a chance.
50,000 for this, somebody start me? 50,000, somebody? 50,000? 40 then,
please.
40,000,
No,
40,000 we have,
Yes.
40,000, you need for 45 now, 40,000, 45? £40,000 on bid then, 45, 45 and 50? 50,000? 50,000, 50,000, 55, 55 and 60? £60,000 and 5?
That's right.
£60,000 on bid then, it's £60,000, 65 new bidder, 65, it's 70 anywhere? It's 65,000, 70,000, new bidder, 70,000. 70,000, 75 anywhere? It's £70,000 on bid then, 75, 75. 77 anywhere? 77, 77, 79.
Don't be tempted, you two, because the house eventually goes for...
Third and final time at £90,500. Sold at the back of the room, congratulations, sir, your card number?
which is 20,000 more than we were prepared to pay.
I am really disappointed for Zoe and Roger, but you know, that property just flew. It feels like a first-time buyer had fallen in love with it. The bids were flying in. They had no chance. But I am going to find them a place. I'm going to channel that enthusiasm they've still got. If they can work together as a team, they will still make money.
And this is what I bought them post-auction. A 3-bedroom terrace house in Kidderminster for £130,000. Beautiful period features, a shed load of potential, but located on a busy commuter road into Birmingham.
So, here we are. What do you think of the house?
Right, it's bigger than I was expecting. So I'm excited to get inside.
Roger, what are you thinking?
Look nice from outside.
Yeah.
Let's see what's inside. Open the package.
Before we talk about the inside, if we look along next to us, what has everyone done?
Driveway.
For very sensible reasons.
Yeah.
We've got double yellows, this is such a main thoroughfare.
Yeah.
Your parking is either in a side street or in front of the house. So
That's the first thing we need to do.
really give that some thought. This, I think, is a lovely house, but whether you will agree with me, only one way to find out, isn't there? In you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you next year.
It's a big house, enjoy.
First?
What do you reckon?
That's good.
All right,
Separate reception room, Anna?
Indeed, the hallway leads to a sitting room with some pretty psychedelic wallpaper.
Wow.
It's all right though. That's coming straight out.
Straight out.
Really, Zoe? That's a 50s fireplace we're talking about here.
Ooh.
Look at the tile work.
It's lovely, isn't it? Original.
Original.
Would you keep this or?
Yeah, just polish it, shine and keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Same. I love it.
Nice floor. Shame about the kitchen.
On my life.
Again, high roof. Good.
Lots of work to be done in here.
Upstairs, on the first floor, there are 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And on the 3rd floor, an attic conversion. Except I don't think anybody told building regs, because those stairs are super non-compliant.
I do have a bit of news for you. I had a quantity surveyor look at this property. This wall, the exterior wall here, only 1 brick thick. So you cannot get a mortgage on this part of the property.
Oh, that's the catch.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's going to the auction, isn't it?
That's why it was at auction.
Yeah.
Now, don't worry. Don't look at me like that. An old friend of mine who's a builder, when we're renovating a property, he says there's no such thing as a problem with a property, just a puzzle to be solved.
Puzzle to be solved, yeah.
Now, the only other things that really need doing in this house are replace the stairs to the attic and create a new driveway. The rest is largely cosmetic, so what am I going to give them to do the work?
Your budget to make sure that you guys make a decent profit out of this is
Yeah.
£22,000.
No way.
Okay.
And that kind of focuses the mind, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You just think, OK, what do we have to do? We've discussed what you have to do.
Yeah.
Then take a step back and go, OK, now what can we do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Within our budget.
Yeah. All right?
Within our budget, yeah.
So, next step, what do you think, Roger?
We will sit down together, make a plan, what things need to do. Then we check with the market, how much it cost. Then we rearrange our plans. And then I think we start doing anything.
Get our hands dirty.
This is a beautiful old property. All that Zoe and Roger have to do is the minimum amount of work to bring it into the 21st century. Then let the place speak for itself. If they do that and stick to budget, they'll make good money. Now, the trick with this renovation is to do the minimum in order to achieve the maximum. So I've told them to create a parking space at the front of the house and to nip next door to see what they've done with their kitchen.
Oh, that's very nice.
This was 2 rooms before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is probably the same
Yeah,
as
same
yours.
size, yeah. Oh, so yeah, so actually our kitchen is a lot narrower, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you didn't remove the chimney thingy, you just make a big arch.
Yeah.
You never put any steel over here. So no need to put the steel over here.
No, you do need to put a steel there or it will fall on your head.
What's the price range in this area at the moment?
Well, the last time we had it valued a few years ago, they valued it, I think it was between 170 and 180.
180, yeah?
Because the problem
That's
you've
nice
got
value.
is always the parking.
Yeah.
And,
So that's
and
we're trying to
access
get rid of the
back.
garden at the moment.
£180,000 would give these 2 a guaranteed profit if they can keep to budget. With some clever planning and further savings, there's potential here to increase how much they make even further. And seeing next door has given Roger some very big ideas as to the way forward.
Make a wall over here. This wall, remove it. Make a wall over here. Door over here. That make nice big family bathroom and toilet downstairs, standing shower. It's a 3-bedroom family house.
Yeah, but we've got a family bathroom upstairs.
No, but it doesn't cost us that much.
And to have an extra wall built.
Yeah. So that, then
We'll have
what
to get it
happened?
quoted, because I just think that's money that
And
doesn't
then remove
need.
this one and make kitchen diner throughout. That increase the value nearly 10k into the property.
I know that you're saying that doing that would add 10k to the property value,
Yeah.
but you've got to spend all of that money first. So if you're talking about all of that work and getting rid of all of this,
No, this one is separate. We need to discuss this one.
yeah, but what I'm saying is
What
that's
is
part
it?
of your plan.
Yeah.
Part of your plan is to take space out of that room, build all of that, spend money on all of that, take this out so you've still got a big enough kitchen diner.
what
And
they
what I'm
say-
saying is the money you'll make on it, you're going to spend most of it. I know that we can do whatever we want with the budget, but the fact is their budget didn't just pluck out of the air out of nowhere. They've come up with that
Oh,
value
it will-
based on...
It will fix within our budget, don't
Okay,
worry.
I'm going outside.
It will fix it within our budget. So that will be the next task.
As much as Raj is a nice person, I don't know how much I can deal with just like, it sounds really petty, but just not being listened to. We're supposed to be part of a team, and I do not feel like we're a team at all.
She's not agree with me at the moment, so we need to sit, relax, and discuss all these things, and should be okay.
I'm finding myself getting quite wound up and upset, and I just don't know if it's worth it, but.
Both Roger and Zoe have been trying to get quotes to rewire the house, and they've been ranging from £3,000 to an eye-watering £6,000, which would make quite a dent in that £22,000 budget.
The quotations we are getting at the moment are very high, so there's a big stress for her. But I think that we'll manage. No worry, we'll manage.
Well, one way to manage is to try and do most of the work yourselves, or pull in the favours that both sides say they have. Zoe starts off with the wallpaper.
The wallpaper is coming off in bits like this. It's going to take me forever. This room is making me think that the only solution is to get people in to do it who may not be able to do any more than what I'm doing, but if they can supply a group of people, 3 or 4 people, over a few days, even though it's going to be at a cost, I think the time it will save is more beneficial to us.
Actually, Zoe, I think the point is it's just really tedious work. But this is work you can do. If you get someone else in to do it, then you can kiss goodbye to another big chunk of your budget.
Zoe, give it a try. She spent nearly 6 to 10 hours to remove the wallpaper, but she failed. And the room she started is the hardest room in the house. We use sugar soap, we use vinegar, we use steam.
Basically, Roger is trying whatever he can to save the budget a bob or two.
Watch plenty videos over there on the YouTube. Every different video have a different way of stripping wallpaper. Every room is different quality wallpaper, so we need a different techniques for almost every room. So all the videos we watch on YouTube, they were really useful.
But Roger is having less luck with pulling in his favours. Turns out his friends are a little camera shy.
Last month, nearly 15 tradesmen I bring down from Birmingham. They come here, they view the job, they give the code, we agree with the code, and when they come to know that they are going to be shoot and this going on to the TV, they say, no, we don't want this. I don't know what's the logic behind that.
So with no tradesmen ready to even help out, these two are forced to rely on family and friends. Zoe turns to boyfriend Brad in order to pull down the staircase that goes up to the loft.
We're just going to knock this through because this leads on to the landing bit. So instead of just trying to get it from that side, I'm just going to just push it through because it's quite flimsy.
Look how much floor space there is. It's going to be a proper landing. Well, of sorts. The new stairs will start about here, in this square here, basically, because you need the landing space at the bottom, which has to be of a certain size. Right. So the new stairs will basically start, well, the stairs downstairs start pretty much directly under that floor and then come up. So they'll start there and they'll just go directly over here. Okay. So I don't know what that means for this. This might have to go, yeah. Now that's all done, let's think about clearing up.
Yeah, I've got this piece.
Problem is, they've not told Raja, and he has his reservations.
She started the work without thinking how to finish that work. Staircase have to be come down, but when the next staircase is ready to put on there.
Raja has taken heed of my advice and is getting rid of that front wall.
My plan is going to knock down the wall so we can make a driveway. Unless we have a space for the skip, we can't carry on further work. So that's my first thought, is to knock down the wall, make a space for the skip, so I can order a skip and start all the work.
And Roger turns to his 13-year-old daughter Amna in order to create a parking space at the front of the house.
It's tiring, but it's fun, because you don't normally do this kind of stuff. Well, I don't normally do this kind of stuff.
1, 2, 3.
And tips for knocking a brick wall down. The pickaxe worked much better than the hammer, but be careful, because you don't want a pickaxe in your face. I don't know.
Wall safely down, there's now room for a skip, so Roger gets to work clearing the garden to create that valuable parking space.
No, I can't do that. Oh. Zoe is a tough girl, maybe she can manage to dig this up. You never know, in a woman power. Maybe she's good in digging and she can do it. Let's see.
And having handed the baton over to Zoe, Roger goes home for a rest. Weeks go by.
Hello.
And nothing is done on the house.
Hello. Hello. Roger.
Turns out Roger has cancelled.
Well, I know that Zoe was unwell, so she's not expected to be here, but I had an appointment with Roger. Me and him are supposed to be getting stuck in today, and he's not here. Look around the place. There's just rubble, rubbish everywhere. They've had this place for 10 weeks, and it feels like there's been 4 or 5 days work done, at most. I'm going to check the rest of the place and find out what's going on. Hi, Roger. It's Simon from the Great House Giveaway. I was expecting to see you here today. I was going to give you a hand, get stuck in and that, get things moving.
Simon, the things are not moving because of the building problem. You know, the builders, I failed to arrange the builders. Nearly 10 builders viewed that property. Nobody wanted to do that.
But mate, you know, I know you say the builders haven't turned up and that, but there's a full skip outside. Every room has got rubbish in it and rubble. That's not stuff that builders do. That's stuff that, you know, you guys can do. Time is running out, mate. I've just got the feeling that this isn't working, you know?
Yeah, this is not working. Absolutely not working.
At the moment, we have a house which is worth less than you got it for. Somehow you guys have got to get the team to work really quickly. Otherwise, I will kind of have to step in because this place has to be done in very few weeks if you've got any chance of selling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll speak to you later.
Okay, Roger. All I heard then was an excuse on top of an excuse on top of an excuse that it's deflecting the blame everywhere else. But the point is, this site is a mess and Labour can do that. You don't need trades to do that. You don't need anyone else to do that. You just have to commit to do that. Let's see what the next 24 hours brings.
Zoe and Roger have been given a house to renovate in Kidderminster. We paid £130,000 for it post-auction and have given them 22k to do it up.
Look nice from outside. Yeah. Let's see what's inside.
But 3 months in, I think it's fair to say that neither party have done much renovating.
Okay.
The reason? Well, they've just not been getting on.
I do not feel like we're a team at all.
We need to sit, relax and discuss all these things.
Not only have they failed to find contractors,
Nearly 15 tradesmen I bring down from Birmingham. They come here, they view the job. No, we don't want this.
but favours from family and friends have just melted away. And my intervention seems to have fallen on deaf ears.
Do you want to do the project?
I want to do the project.
So where do we all stand? Honestly, I haven't a clue. And now, Zoe's pregnant.
I am currently baking away a little mini-me inside my tummy.
And on top of all that, Roger's having real difficulties finding the time to work on the house.
The house is very far. It's nearly 45 minutes on the motorway from my house. And the other factor is that, luckily we got a contract from a big company. I don't want to mention their name. And they're a holiday company. So we got the busiest time during the holidays, up and down from here to Gatwick all the times. So that factor also plays a major role to mess up all the things.
Zoe's finding being pregnant very draining and so has asked to take a step back. Roger can't physically get there, so who's left? Well, luckily for us, Brad, Zoe's boyfriend, has agreed to take the project forward.
I've never done any type of house renovation before. This is a first for me. But it's you've got to start somewhere, and why not start it in the thick of it? And I think having a vision to see an end goal is quite important, because it's times like this where you really sort of value that end vision and you can really picture what it will look like. So that's what we're holding on to.
Brave man. First job, clear that clutter. Zoe is supposed to be taking a back seat. That's the deal.
Okay. All right. Careful.
So it has been a good few hours spent doing what just probably we didn't want to do, but really, really desperately needed to be done. And I think it's definitely a breath of fresh air, really, to see a clean house.
Got to a point where each of the downstairs rooms is clear, and yeah, the tradesmen and Zoe and I can come in and do the rest of the work.
I might be able to help you out there, mate. Meet Joe the builder. Now, the main job that needed doing in this house was building a second wall, a second skin in the kitchen. Without it, this house isn't mortgageable. It should have been the very first thing they did, but 3 months in, well, better late than never.
OK, Joe, now this job is way behind. And if it's OK with you, I'd like you to give me a quote to try and bring it back up to speed. Yeah? We've already discussed double skinning these 2 walls. As well as that, I'd like to give me a quote on levelling the front garden area. Now, we'll agree on the finish, but it'll probably be gravel.
All right.
OK? Replace this window to match that one there. Okay. So it'll be UPVC double glazed. Yep. There you go, mate. Give that some thought and come back to me. All right. But make it quicker, please, because this place has to get moving.
Zoe at long last gets hold of a plumber who loses no time in telling her that the boiler Roger had fitted has been put on the wrong wall.
It's really bad. It's really bad.
Oh dear.
But at least it's getting sorted. So what do Brad and Zoe do next? They go on holiday. Of course they do.
Tomorrow we are going on our first proper sunny holiday in 3 years. So we're off to Mauritius for 2 weeks, which is just going to be out of this world. We cannot wait, can we?
Hard earned, yeah. Seems like we've waited an age for it as well, so it's come at the right time.
I think that's more.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be all right. So while we're away, we've got a couple of tradesmen sort of booked in to come and do some work. So we've got one of the guys coming to do the driveway from Monday onwards. We've also got somebody else coming in to look at the double skinning as well next week. So we've arranged sort of key pickups and leave off, drop-off points, etc. So yes, that's all happening whilst we're away.
Hopefully a bit of painting as well. Hopefully we'll get done.
Hang on, did you say painting? Guys, when you come back, the spend on the house will be just shy of £16,000, and that's excluding new kitchen, new bathroom and new windows. 6k left, and you're going to pay somebody to paint?
We'll come back hopefully to a nice cleaner house with a driveway we can use, so that will be quite nice.
Yeah.
So Brad and Zoe jet off to Mauritius, leaving the trades to, well, do their own thing, unsupervised.
Doing this today, studying out this wall because it's only a single skin wall. And obviously single skin, you can suffer with damp and it can be very cold. So we're studying it out. We put a plastic membrane behind to stop any damp. to protect the timbers, and putting some insulation in, obviously for the U value of the warmth, bring that up. And then that's going to be plasterboarded and obviously plastered.
2 weeks later, they come back to a driveway that's too small.
I think seeing it completed has made us realise that it's probably not quite big enough. So we talked previously about expanding across the side of the house, and I think it's confirmed that we'll get the same guy back to try and do that, and it'll make more space then for maybe even 2 cars, because at the moment it's pushing it, trying to fit 1 car on there.
Let's hope they're more pleased with what's gone on inside.
Oh, okay.
So how... I don't understand. How do we now make this an actual, like...
Wall.
Yeah, like, what's that? Why is that just sticking out?
I don't know.
How do you have to plaster over it? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's your second skin, guys. It's what makes this house mortgageable, and it just needs plastering.
Oh my god.
Didn't even notice that. Okay.
It's full on bricked off. I wasn't expecting that. Is there a door in there?
This is open.
I get the impression that these two thought by the time they got back, it would be done.
I was expecting finished jobs. And I don't feel like we've got it. But...
No. Ready to go?
Whereas the reality is, there's still a lot to do and just a month and a half left to do it.
So the guys that came and did the plumbing and a couple of other jobs have said that they can fit the kitchen for us, but at the moment we think they're quoted quite high. I mean, it's a flat pack, so if we had plenty of time, it's something that we could probably have looked at doing ourselves, fitting this kitchen and maybe getting a few people to help us. But I don't know if we're going to have the time. Obviously, we don't have the skills. It would take us even longer to fit it.
She's right, it's now all a question of time. As it stands, this house has no kitchen, no bathroom, and no stairs going up to that precious 3rd bedroom. In fact, it's worth less than when we bought it 6 months ago. They have 0 time to market and very little money to put it right. In my opinion, this place is going straight back to auction. Brad and Zoe are doing up a house in Kidderminster. They've got a month left before it has to sell, and there's rather a lot to do. So I provided them with the service of my handyman Phil, because quite honestly, without him, this place hasn't got a chance.
So I've turned up to this beautiful house this morning. A stunning house. I think there's loads of potential in it. But I was a bit shocked. No kitchen. First fix isn't completely done. Stairs to the upstairs bedroom, not done. No bathroom sorted. Stuff like that should have been done by now. 4 weeks left. It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough.
Right.
And it's even tougher when you're pregnant.
The house has been a lot harder than I thought it would be. Obviously I've come across problems along the way and things that haven't helped. But it's now I feel like I can see the end in sight. There was a long period of time where we kept coming back to the house and it didn't look like anything was getting done, and it was just really quite demoralising. Whereas today I've come to the house and there's a bit of painting that's been done, you know, and you start to see what actually the house might be like when it's finished.
So the next few weeks, very, very simply, we've got the top floor staircase, a well to do. That is the #1 thing in our book, because overall I think that adds the most value. So getting that done is a massive priority. The second priority is the kitchen. And then towards the end, it's going to be sort of the main bits that we haven't done yet. So laying floors, decorating, you know, touching up things here and there, getting the garden cleared. So yeah, there's definitely things now we can get on with, and hopefully once those 2 main things are sort of up and running, then that'll be even, more reason to celebrate, so yeah.
But with just 2 weeks to go, have they done enough to get it sold on the open market? Only one way to find out. Ask an estate agent.
This property could be sold on the open market. I wouldn't suggest it necessarily though. The sort of buyer we're looking for is going to be a builder, investor, that sort of character, rather than an owner-occupier. So we're looking for people with cash really to purchase the property, because I think mortgage finance in its present condition would be quite difficult. The auction arena lends itself to that sort of buyer, and therefore I would recommend that this goes for sale by public auction rather than a standard private treaty sale.
I'm a bit disappointed that we haven't sort of finished it to the standard that we would have liked to by now. It's difficult not to be really hard on ourselves, but equally there's been so many obstacles, and you don't want to make excuses, but we did lose a few months at the start. We've lost a lot of money by having to redo jobs that weren't done properly the first time round. And obviously my pregnancy put a huge halt on what I could do and contribute to the house. So it's disappointing to not see it really completely finished, but equally, when I look back, I think it was inevitable really that we were going to be in this position. I think it would have been really difficult for us to get it totally finished.
With their 6 months up and clearly not in a state to put on the open market, this house goes to auction. Now, auctions are brilliant places to pick up bargains. Not so brilliant if you're hoping to make money from a newly renovated property. That said, Chester Road has a way to go. 6 months ago, it looked like this, dated and in need of a bit of TLC. Now, it looks like a building site. Done up, it has a potential market value of around £180,000. In this state, well, let's wait and see.
Just substantial end of terrace property, this one. Had some work done to it, but does need further modernisation. Guide price at £110,000. Somebody start me, 100,000 anywhere? £100,000, £100,000 I have. At 100,000, 10 anywhere? At 110 now, 110, looking for 20. At £110,000 I have then. For the first time at 110. For the second time at 110, 120, £120,000. Is it 30 now? Shake of the head. At 120.
And the hammer goes down at... Let's leave that one till later, shall we? Now, we tried our best, but the money had gone and so had the time. Was I happy with this place going back to auction in this state? What do you think?
If there is one thing that sums up this job, how about this? Decorated, 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 decorated. Oh, I just can't be bothered finishing that little bit there. I mean, it's just so frustrating, and that's the story all over this house. Anyway, the guys are here now. I really hope they're not expecting to make any money. First things first. Congratulations.
Changed shape a little
Yes,
bit.
haven't you just? Yeah, what's the news?
Thank you so much. Yeah, we're having a little boy in May.
Oh, right.
So
I'm really thrilled, aren't
quite
we?
exciting, yeah. Yes, it looks very different from when I last saw you.
Yeah, it does, yes indeed. So the house has sold. Before we talk about how much it's sold for, etc., what's been your experience with this place?
It goes without saying that myself and Raja, obviously, part of the project was about how we can work together, and I think the fact is we just didn't work very well together at all. We didn't really get a plan together, we didn't really have a schedule, and then because of, I guess, constantly disagreeing and not having that plan, I sort of felt like, personally for me, because I was obviously the constant all the way through, I felt like I'd lost 3 months almost at that point already, because starting with a new partner, obviously, I know Brad and we kind of worked together, but I almost felt like I was starting all over again, to be honest, with a new partner, with new ideas, a new plan, and I think that didn't really help. That was the first thing, I think. It was a rocky start.
Yeah. The funny thing is, when you got this house, it was a bit sorry and a bit sad, but it was kind of a house.
You're right, it was a home still. Okay, it didn't have a functioning kitchen, and the decor was not to everybody's taste. But it wasn't falling apart, it wasn't a building site, the wallpaper wasn't falling off the walls, and I think in hindsight, You know, did we need to start with stripping all the wallpaper off? Could it have just been painted over? I do think we stripped it back too much.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely.
I would completely agree. So let's look through some of those figures.
So we bought the house for £130,000. We gave you a budget of £22,000, which you largely kept to because work ceased. Add on taxes and fees, and the total spend on this house is £173,000.
It actually sold in auction. It reached its lowest reserve of £120,000, which means that's a loss of 53k.
Wow.
Ouch. And so, what's your reaction to that?
Well, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised. The numbers, obviously, they are what they are, you know. But I'm surprised that the house, if it was bought for 130,000, sold for £10,000 less.
I'm not saying that someone hasn't got themselves a bargain.
So what's Raja's take on all this? Well, we're about to find out.
Oh my goodness, that's a huge loss. It shouldn't be. It should make at least 20k profit. So from my point of view, it's a 70,000 loss, not 53,000. Big loss.
Thing is, this house, when they got it, was a home. Now, it's a building site.
There is not one single room in the whole house that
doesn't need work.
Finished.
Yeah.
It's a real shame. This could have been such a different story. So, the only question remaining is, would either party do this again?
I learn a lot of things, and I learn a lot of things from the building aspects also. Like now last 6 months I'm viewing house for myself to buy, and now I check all these things, their walls and their windows and everything. So I learn a lot of things. I don't regret for this experience. It should make some profit, at least. 5k, 10k, but it should make some profit.
We initially put an offer in on a house not too dissimilar to this one, Victorian Terrace. Needed a small amount of work doing, but unfortunately that fell through, and we actually ended up getting somewhere which needed no work doing to it, which is a bit more modern, which we can just move into and live in straight away. So I think in hindsight, probably the right decision, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was a little bit scared when Brad was coming up with all these different building ideas and extensions and knocking down walls and left, right and centre.
Yeah.
I think I'm a bit glad that we're not going into another one of those situations. So.
Should have been lesson learned, shouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think lesson has been learned. You're getting somewhere that needs no work doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly. It's not what we were looking for, but it's exactly what we need. And yeah, I just can't wait to just be in somewhere that's just clean and fresh.
Yes, yeah.
I admire Zoe and Bradley for being very honest. And if I'm honest with you, I swear that every time I finish a project, I say I will never do this again. It's very hard graft and it can be very stressful. So, with hindsight, Zoe and Bradley have done the right thing. They bought a place for them and their new baby that needs nothing doing at all.